Hey everyone, Jordan here with Iron and Grit, and this is a great episode, if I do say so myself. This is all about how I turned my life around. So this is a fun ride. It's a good story about how I basically went from being broke to being much better off now, how I was fat and skinny fat, and now I'm a lot more healthy and fit, and also how my relationships were kind of terrible, to say the least, and now they are a lot better. And I get a little personal in this episode, and it's kind of exposing in a way. However, it is raw, unedited, and uncut, and I think it's a fun ride, so I hope that you enjoy it. Hey everyone, Jordan here with Iron and Grit. Another episode of the podcast is coming at you right now. And today, I want to talk about how I turned my life around. So I apologize before I even get started. I have a bit of a stuffy nose. I ate like shit last night, and I think it's coming back to bite me in the ass. Got some nasal drainage, some snot, all that fun stuff. And I think it's affecting my voice. But anyway, still not affecting my day. Still woke up at 4:30. I'm still on my way to the gym, and I'm ready to get after it. So how I turned my life around. I turned my life around pretty significantly. Even over the past 3 years, there's been a transformation I've been going through in almost every aspect of my life. My relationships have gotten better with my family and my friends and my girlfriend. My financial situation has improved. I've actually tripled the amount of money that I make over 3 years. My body has looked better than it's ever looked in my entire life. I'm stronger than I've ever been in my entire life. I feel better and more energized. I feel more in control of my mind and my thoughts than I've ever been in my life. And it's pretty amazing when I have a minute to reflect and think back to where I came from and where I am and where I'm going. It's pretty exciting and pretty incredible. And I'm very grateful for it and excited for the future. So I guess we can start by me telling you a story of pretty much how an average day or week for me was when I was about 25, 26. And this story is probably pretty accurate from when I was between 20 and 25 or 18 and 25. It's pretty much the routine. So I would sleep in until I absolutely had to get up, and I'd probably roll into work a few minutes late, usually hungry, because I was too lazy to make breakfast, or I didn't have enough time to make breakfast, or I would just eat a snack like a granola bar or something else. Go to a really ungratifying, unsatisfying, very low-paying job. Suffer through that for about 8 hours, 9 hours a day. It was at a call center, so I got yelled at a lot. Then I'd go home to my parents' house where I lived, listen to them fight, and not get along with them, and basically just wait it out for the weekends. I would be miserable, so I'd play some video games, or maybe I'd go to my friend's house and play some video games and drink a little bit. Smoked cigarettes, went through like a pack every day or two. Usually every 2 or 3 days, I went through a pack of cigarettes. And then the weekends, went out. Friday night, went out Saturday night. Drank all my money away. Wasn't super fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but I was broke, totally unfulfilled. wasn't really going anywhere. Definitely wanted more, but really didn't know how to act. So I did that for like 5 years. After I graduated college, I had a job with a lot of opportunity in sales. However, the industry I just wasn't really a fan of. And I really wasn't into sales. And really didn't invest in myself or my skill set or have the discipline to really improve. So I was away from home, and then I moved back home when I got this other opportunity. Because I think it seemed like a change. I needed to get my head right. I knew I needed to kind of come back to Jesus and just figure out what I was going to do for the rest of my life. So that was about when I was probably 24, 23, 24. I moved back home with my parents after graduating college and being away for about 1.5 years working in sales. But I was able to put a little bit of money away. I might have had a couple grand in the bank, maybe $5,000 in the bank. I was able to, get a car, pay for all the bills and everything. So that was fine. I had an apartment. I was able to pay for that. I was able to pay for food. Didn't ever use a credit card. Stayed out of debt. So that's one thing. I always stayed out of debt. Never lived above my means. Also, never really went on vacations or lived an extravagant lifestyle either. I mean, I had creature comforts for sure, but I never really spent in excess. So I would say that I did have the ability to save when needed. I didn't go overboard. I never really had a system in place. I just knew that if I didn't have the money, I wasn't spending it. So that's rule number one. You don't want to ever dig yourself into a hole. So I gradually put a little bit of money away. Maybe I had like $4 or $5,000 in the bank, and it was really that's not that much. But it's more the principle of saving. So if you have a little bit and you can still put a little bit away, you have that discipline, you have that principled approach to life. If that's your philosophy, the money will increase, and you'll be able to put a lot more away. So back to kind of like my weekly routine. Wasn't really going anywhere fast. I had a job at a big company, and the job itself sucked, but there was opportunity because I could get in touch with, it was just a huge company. So it was up to me to find the opportunity and to be aggressive and to reach out to people. So that's what I did. I made a plan, eventually got a new job, doubled the amount of money I was making, doubled my salary, more than doubled it. So that my income took a pretty lucky jump, basically overnight, but it took, about 2 years of grinding to get to that point to break through. And then within another year, it took another jump by over 5 figures. And at this point in time, this is about 3 years after leaving the call center job, making about 3 times what I was then. And that's life-changing in a way. It's a lot less stressful. But it's not the money that changes you. You have to change first before you make the money. And I'm not even saying, I don't really make that much compared to a lot of people or compared to what I want to make. So that's not really what this is about. It is an important byproduct of what this is about, and it is something that I want and will have. But it's more so the changes that took place internally inside me and the actions that I had to take and the daily disciplines that I had to take to get to this point. So, yeah, some of those things are just the simple stuff that we take for granted every day. It's eating right. It's getting your diet right. It's no more McDonald's. It's meal prep. It's making your own food. It's understanding your nutrition and your bodily needs and paying attention to your body and your health. You don't have to be miserable, man. People feel like shit all the time. People complain and bitch about allergies. People are on pills like you wouldn't believe. It's insane. It's insane. 3 generations ago, our grandparents were living into their 90s, and they never took aspirin or any of that shit. They drank apple cider vinegar. They ate cows from their backyard, and they had scrambled eggs for breakfast. And they were fine. We have every food imaginable, even more foods than nature provided us, and it's in unlimited quantities, and we're all sick. So get your food right. That's one thing I did, is I got my food right. I got my eating right. Educate yourself. Ask Google questions and think for yourself. Do your research. Don't just believe what one person says. Don't believe what an agency or some sort of bureau or some sort of advocacy or any type of committee says about food. There are drivers in the background that could influence why they say what they say or the claims that they make. So just take claims about food, what's good, what's bad, with a grain of salt, and try to understand people's motivation behind saying that. And if you got the time, follow the money. Make some connections with who's funding these organizations. It's pretty enlightening. You might see some pretty interesting things. So give that a shot. Don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole. Really, all you got to do is not eat anything processed. Cook all your own food. Eat your meat. Eat your greens. You'll be okay. Next, exercise every day. I get to the gym every day, at least 5 days a week, but it's usually every single day, and I do it on the weekdays. I do it first thing in the morning because it gets me primed, it gets me ready, it gets me feeling good, it gets my head right for the day ahead. I go to the gym, I kill the weights, and it gives me a nice sense of calm, cool, collected confidence that I use to just catapult myself into my day and have a good, productive day. It really takes the edge off. If you are anxious in meetings, go for a run or go work out first thing in the morning. You'll burn off all that nervous energy. You'll fill every cell in your body with good oxygen. You'll expel all the toxins that are making you nervous and giving you oxidative stress. And you'll feel fantastic, and you'll have the best work day of your life. So give that a shot. And really, one of the main things that I did that really helped turn my life around is I just started waking up early. I wake up early. I wake up at 4:30 now every morning, between 4:30 and 5. I go to the gym, get a great workout in, watch what I eat, and I get committed at work. And it's funny, everyone's like, oh, you need to find your dream job. One thing you need to do is commit yourself to whatever the hell it is that you're doing right now, whether you love it or you hate it. If you hate it, fucking quit and quit bitching. But if you're not going to quit and we can get past that, learn to love it. Get really good at it. You don't even have to love it. Just get really, really, really good at it. Do the best job that you can. Get ahead of stuff. Start understanding the people that you work with, what their hot buttons are. Read a little bit. You're going to have to do some extracurricular. That's another thing. You're going to have to do more than what's expected of you. If you're in project management, like I am, learn about project management. Pick up a book. Go to a networking event on the weekend in a city near you. Talk to people that are in different companies that know about project management. Learn about their projects that they work on. Learn about the systems they use. Just get to know them, build that relationship, and you will absorb information from them that you can apply to your life. Another thing is I reprogram my brain. Every morning, first of all, I threw my TV away. I stopped playing video games pretty much altogether. I might play video games like 4 or 5 times a year. Whenever I work out, I listen to motivational speeches. I'll listen to Les Brown. I'll listen to Jim Rohn. I'll listen to Dwayne Johnson. Like any any story about someone who overcame adversity and triumphed, I listen to those stories because those get me fired up. And you pick up so much that you can use from those. So I definitely recommend it. I've been doing that since the first of this year, and my whole mindset and whole life I can just feel is different and in the best way. And it continues to improve. So do that. It's not going to happen overnight, but eventually you'll start picking up on this shit if you expose yourself to it enough, and it will just become a part of your DNA. It'll become second nature, and you will become a better person, a quicker person, a faster person, a person that you yourself would have admired 5 years ago. And that's the goal, right? You want to be someone that you can look up to, or you can be proud of. That's my goal, at least. So that's what I work for. And in order to do that, to be proud of it, you need to continue to improve. You need to continue to set goals and reach those goals, or to continue to get better and to make commitments and promises to yourself and stick to them. And be honest with yourself and give the most effort that you possibly can. Because if you give 100% effort, leave nothing on the table, doesn't matter if you don't reach your goal or not. If you reach your goal or not, you're going to know that you did it. You're going to be better because of it. And you're going to be happy with yourself at that point. So that's another thing. All right, so what do we cover so far? You got to wake up early. Oh, okay, here we go. Forget that. Cut out the bullshit. Cut out anything that's not helping you get to your goals. I used to party 2-3 nights a week. Cut that out. It was expensive. It was a waste of time. And I had to deal with the hangover the next day. And possibly a girl that I might have hooked up with. And now she wants to go out to breakfast and wants me to meet her family. And I don't want to deal with that shit. I'm too nice. I get carried away. So I had to cut that out and stop it. So I dialed back on that. And I started a business. I started a business online. It's a very unconventional business, but it's a business nonetheless. It's online personal training. It's called ironandgrit.com. I don't know. Maybe you've heard of it. But basically, I started it as a blog. And I didn't really care about making money right away. I just wanted to do something to keep me occupied in my spare time. I wanted to build a legitimate business online. Because part of my strategy was, hey, you know what? Maybe sometime down the road, this can come with me anywhere I want. I didn't want to do a brick and mortar business. I wanted a business online because it can come with me wherever I go. I can work on it no matter where I am in the world. And it's blog driven. I get to be creative. I get to write, and I have to research and read, and writing is really good because I used to be a scatterbrained thinker, and now that I am a writer, it really forces me to think differently and to get better with my communication skills, which are absolutely critical and paramount. It doesn't matter how good you are at anything else. If you can't communicate, it's a huge, huge, huge hindrance on you for the rest of your life. But if you can, I think Warren Buffett said this, if you can communicate well and tell a story, it's an asset for you that will pay dividends and help you out for the rest of your life. And I always felt like growing up, I kind of had a quirky personality and really understood things differently, that I felt like I was really misunderstood quite often whenever I spoke. And I wanted to stop that. I wanted to be very clear, and I wanted to be understood. So that when I said something to somebody, I meant what I said, and they knew exactly what I meant. So that's something that I have been working on and am currently working on, and my business has helped me out with that. Is my business perfect? No, not even close. I use the MVP model. I barely even edit my articles. I just go. I just get it done. It's called iron and grit. Not iron and sit on it until it's perfect. It's iron and grit. Get it out the door. Get it done. If one person can get value from what I'm saying, that's all I care about. Because that's really what it comes down to, is you. Is that one person. If you can help one person, you can't save the world all at once. You have to do it one person at a time. So that's what I aim to do. And the same thing with these podcasts. I don't have a script. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. How long have I been talking to you? About 15, 20 minutes? Yeah, 20 minutes ago, I didn't even know what I was going to be talking about. But here I am talking to you about something that I think can help you out. Because it helped me out significantly. So that's what I would say. Cut out the wasteful habits. Be smart about your spending. Set goals. And if you're doing something that doesn't help you reach that goal, don't do it. So for example, if you want to make $100,000 a year, going out and partying with your friends, spending $75 a night with food and drinks, dude, don't do it. That's not going to help you make $100,000 a year unless you're networking with somebody that's already making $1 million a year and you think they can help you out. That's a different story. That's an investment. Okay, that's when you got to kind of be an artist about this stuff. So just something to keep in mind. So clean up your eating, wake up early, read like crazy. Listen to motivational videos. Cut out the garbage, dude. Cut out anything negative. Just cut it out. Negative people, negative talk, negative anything. The news, TV, just shut it off. Music, shut it off. And just seriously insulate yourself with positivity and growth. And you'll be amazed at how you evolve. So that's my time for now. I could keep going on this for hours, and I would like to. I would love to. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Leave me a comment here. Leave me a comment on my blog, ironandgrit.com, or give me a shout out on Instagram. I am at ironandgrit. All right, thanks for listening, guys. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.